I'm throwing this. Oh, he has collected it, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Am I screaming too loud?
Well done. Well done.
Oh my goodness! Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Can I take a picture of you as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
And you will pay me, oh, because I paid you for driving you down here. Now you are driving me, you didn't want to pay me. Ah, goodness me, I did it. Wow, this is joking.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
good joke.
that place when they said goes.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the most recently qualified UK's driver, expert rider. Tell me, where do you want a ride? If you want me to drive you outside of the UK, I am ready to drive you from here to Gabon, from here to any African country or European country of your choice. But we won't be plying the motorways. Yes, I'm not driving on the motorways. Unless the sat-nav says otherwise. Guys, please, all I want to be eating today is congratulations. I'm not doing nothing. Today is 12th of March. I'm not doing nothing. In this very content, I'll be sharing with you why my instructor just said that was 5 days ago that I should cancel my test today. I shouldn't go for it. Secondly, is it okay to take your driving instructor along with you when going for your practical test, or to ask him to wait for you guys at the test center for 40 minutes? I will tell you reasons why I would say otherwise. Okay, so let me start by reading this message from my instructor to me. That was just 5 days ago. I was supposed to have a lesson with my instructor on Friday, the 7th. I tested him, waited and waited. I was really tensed. Yes, because I wasn't seeing any messages from him. I called him the day before, he didn't pick. Then on Thursday, I sent him a message, he did not respond until 4 p.m. Somebody that was supposed to take me for lesson on Friday morning, the 7th. At about 9 p.m., I got his message. I'll put it here. I'm afraid I'm not able to take you out. I was supposed to get my car back at the weekend, but there's an electrical problem that only the dealer can fix. I have been desperately trying to find an alternative garage. I have found one in Derby. I'm arranging to send my car to Derby for the end of the next week to get it fixed. I am really sorry about the situation. Okay, he went on to say, nobody wants to get back on the road more than me, as I am not earning. It will be difficult to find another instructor for your March 12th test, which is today. I suggest you postpone it until we can finally get out together for your much needed practice. Again, my apologies. Thus isn't what I would expected from the mechanic. My brother, my ear did wondering. As at the time I got this test, I already contacted somebody else. But then, is it possible to find a driving instructor just 5 days to your test? It's a hassle because you need to book these instructors 1 month, 2 months ahead. I started talking to this guy in January, precisely, when my former instructor that took me for my first and second test, actually today was my third test. I passed at the third attempt, So the driver that took me for my first and second, he resigned in the month of February. He actually told me January, but he extended it to February. Then I was looking for a test date, trying to shift my test date back, because when I tried my test on November 18th, that was when I did my second test and I didn't pass. And I tried booking my test immediately, because once people fail, they just book back immediately. Unfortunately, I was able to find a date on April 18th, this very year, 2025. I booked that date. But sincerely speaking, I didn't want to stay that long. I would have preferred having my test, a repeat of test last year, since I failed on the 19th of November. I would have preferred even that same month, or even December, at most January. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any dates until April that I found. What did I do? They said use a driving test now. There's an app, driving test now, or Testy. I downloaded Testy. I paid £11 for Testy. But that wasn't enough. I was not seeing something that I needed. I downloaded another app, driving test now. You know, that one I paid £19 plus. They said they do automatic booking. See me, see automatic. I was writing their support. They were not booking me. I was writing and writing them until they booked me once. I think that one was something ahead of this match. I said no. They changed it, and then they booked me for March 12th. I kept disturbing them, writing the support. They did not change it to since 2 months ago. They couldn't find me a test date. And for that testy, for you to find a test, to change your driving test date on testy, they said it's 11 or 11:50 something p.m. That's when they close. I did that for 4 days, keeping awake until that 11 p.m. No way. Early morning, they say 6 o'clock. I woke up early morning in order to find the test date, change my, as in, what it means, if people are canceling, you should be the first to get that test date that somebody has dropped. They say 6 a.m. I woke up 6 a.m. to do that for where, nowhere. 11 o'clock, nowhere. I couldn't find. I just stopped doing that. That was the reason I switched over to the app that they said automatic. Unfortunately, the app only got me test date for today and never changed it again. That was my predicament. So along the line, my first instructor that was very, very good resigned. And I said to him, can you refer me to another driving instructor that is good? He referred the same person that bears the same name with him. This same person, I contacted him 2 months ago, in January ending precisely. So not as if I just contacted him by sudden. We've been talking. He promised to fix his car, blah, blah, blah. Every now and then. I don't want to start going through my chat messages with him for you to see that I kept writing him. He was promising and promising. Wait. Okay, I think I should read that one. The very test I sent him a week to the date he was supposed to take me, a week to the 7th. He said, okay, that he's ready, that he was going to take me for the 3 lessons I planned to do and then take me for my test today. I said, okay, that's perfect. On the 6th, I said, send me account number, let me pay you. The man did not send. Okay, if somebody was to take you for a test the next day, you should have paid the person even a week before. That's how it works in this country. I was like, this man that did not send me account details, I did not pay him. And I've been writing him, he has not been replying me. Are you sure this man won't disappoint me? Because I've been begging him to send account details. Let me pay him money for the practice we will be doing on Friday morning. Yes, Friday morning. Because usually I like doing my driving lesson when Somto is in school. 2 hours lesson. 2 hours lesson is £70. One is 35. Some places they do for 40 or more than this country. I don't see the man. So I contacted one Ola. He's a Yoruba young guy. I was crying on the phone. I called this guy. Somebody referred him. I was crying. I said, please, please. He said he cannot take me because he doesn't really know my competence when it comes to driving. That usually he lies to take somebody he trained, you know. And I did not blame him. I said, please. I began to give him my driving history. In Nigeria, I've driven. I did not drive in Saudi Arabia. I came here to confess. I even showed him the result of my second test that I had 4 faults, 4 minor faults. That was what I had. This guy said, okay. So that was how he agreed. Now he has to take me on a Saturday. Imagine Saturday that I don't do lessons on Saturday. That is some to not here. I had to take some to somewhere. So he came on Saturday morning. We drove straight to my test center area, Hartlepool. We just drove around, not all the routes. 2 hours finished, we had to come back, no maneuvers. I said, okay, you have to take me on Monday. I've already paid. He said yes, but when he got home, he checked his timetable and said to me, fully booked for Monday, that he cannot take me, not even Tuesday, until my test date today. Eh? My sisters, my predicament. Yesterday, I called Ola. Ola did not pick my call. I wrote him, I said, remember, I hope you are coming today. The next day, he called me back and told me that his wife just put to bed the first baby, a baby girl. I said, thank God. Me, I was dancing. Are you coming? Are you still coming for me today? He said, yes. I said, God, I thank you. You see me, oh. Today, he showed up for me. But then, This morning, I took Somto to school. I came back ready. In fact, I was restless, walking up and down the room. I was singing and praying. In the last 10 days or 5 days, I've always had headache. I've called the Treasure Kitchen to complain, headache. Though she didn't know that my test would be today. I told her this week, I never told her that it's going to be today. One thing you don't do, they said, when you have a driving test, do not tell friends and family the dates. Apart from my husband and Somto, these are the people that know that I'll be doing my test today. Because if you broadcast it everywhere, if you go there and fail, be ready to start calling everybody. Or they will call you and say, how far? What are you going to say to them? I failed, I didn't know. They will say, sorry. They begin to give you condolence messages, isn't it? Nobody wants that. You better share when you pass. So this morning, this guy was supposed to show up at 9:25. My brothers, even as at 9:15 a.m. today, I was already back from school run. I couldn't sit down. I was parabolating, walking around my house. I don't know if I was praying or singing. My body was shaking. 9:25, he was supposed to come in. I opened door and checked. I did not see Ola. Hey, on Monday, he was even here. As at the time on the dot, I said, Jesus. 9:30, Ola did not show up. I picked my phone. I called Mr. Ola. I said, where are you, sir? He said he's at the hospital, that he went to deliver something to the wife. I said, okay, the wife that gave birth yesterday now, that he's coming. He says the hospital next to my house here. I said, that means it's just within. He came at 9:45, which was it 15 minutes or 20 minutes extra? It was 20 minutes. I said, okay, show me your car. Show me around your car. You know that question, the show me, tell me questions. 14 tell me questions and 7 show me questions. See me. And that car is a pure automatic car. Cars get level. That car is car. My own car, na moto. Other automatic cars are moto. That particular car is car. You don't even need the key to start it. Once you go close to it, hence the keys in your pocket, the car will don't win. You don't need all this key. Just press a button, car don't start. I said, okay, show me now in case they ask me where to on the light, where to do this, where to. He showed me around. We zoom off to Hartlepool. We finally got to my test center area, not really at the test center place. We drove into a park because I needed to practice some maneuvers, reverse bear parking and forward and parallel parking. Unfortunately, there was no time. In fact, the reverse bear parking he was teaching me, I said, sorry, I'm not getting this. This is a different method. Can I stick to what I know? He said, yes, stick to what you know, because there was no time. It was about 15 minutes for my test to start. You are expected to be at the test center 5 minutes to the start of it. I said, please, make we drive the go. He checked the map. It was 6 minutes away. We drove to the test center. I came out. I went inside the bathroom. I weed. Hot wee. I came out. Instructor came out. Mrs. Anuforo. I said, yes, I am Anuforo, Mrs. My body, the engine in my system was hot. It was heating up. That was how we took off. Guess what? My fear, parallel parking, I've not done it. The last time I practiced parallel parking was November. Before that, my second test that I failed. That was when I practiced parallel parking. I was telling Ola, parallel parking. Even as we were driving down, no time to do it. Immediately I got to that test center. I went and I came off. I used a TikTok. I said parallel parking. I saw one clear video. The side of me, I said anyway, is it not to park by the side of the road? 7 minutes into my driving test, Mr. Examiner said, pull over. Now I'm going to ask you to parallel park alongside our car. I say, hey, parallel what? Even my instructor, Ola, was like in his heart. He said, hey, what I feared has happened. We pray that what we feared or what we were afraid of should not happen. But in my own case, what I feared was what came for me. Bam. I said, boom. And the car was to do the parallel parking by the side. The car, a small car, Volkswagen. I said, okay. At least that my car senior that one. I drove straight and I did it. I parked. He said, that's all right. He said, I can drive off. That's why I drove off. As I did that one, you get 3 maneuvers. It's either they ask you to parallel park or to do reverse bay parking or to drive forward into a bay. These 3 maneuvers is either you get one of them. Yes, my first lesson, sorry, my first test, I got some reverse into a bay parking. My second thing, it was the same thing that I got, but today in a parallel parking that I was rebuking and casting, I never practiced since last year. So we drive this thing. Now, let me tell you another reason. At the beginning, I mentioned that reasons you should go for your driving test with your instructor. On my second test, that was on the 18th of November last year, the reason I failed was because I was doing independent driving, which is 20 minutes drive, because first 20 minutes is either the examiner is telling you what to do, drive this, enter that. Then the second part, which is the rest of the 20 minutes, you have to use what is it called, sat nav. So it was sat nav. Sat nav said when I turn left onto the road, I should keep straight. That was what sat nav said to me. And this was just about 2 minutes to the end of my test. 2 minutes, I've driven for 38 long minutes. Did everything okay, even my reverse bay parking. Piam, immediately I drove into that. I did not see the road markings on the ground. Piam, Chinyere stayed on the left, and it was a left-only lane. If you enter that road and you stayed on the left, you must keep left. But to Sat-Nav said I should keep straight once I enter that left. So instead of me to stay on the right and go straight ahead, I used the left-only lane to drive straight ahead. I was excited that my test was almost over, that I will pass. As I got to the test center, the examiner was like, I'm afraid you did not make it this time. I said, what? I was like, can you just say it in the other way around? He said, how could you have failed your test just 2 minutes to the finish of your test? I was just looking at him like this. Should I cry or should I talk? I didn't say a word. Now, the reason you should take your instructor, driving instructor, to your test, don't leave him behind. Don't ask him to stay behind at the test center, is the point I'm trying to arrive at now. Where I had that driving fault, I didn't know where it was. It was considered as a dangerous fault, one dangerous fault. So it was my instructor whom I took along. He was behind the car. He was the one. I said, where was that? I cannot recognize where that happened. What he did after we left the test center, he drove me back to that point and said this was where it happened. I said, By then, I got to know what it means, left only and straight ahead. Now, that one can't enter my head, JJ. I would never forget, and I would never make such a mistake again. So today, when I got to such roads, though I did not pass on that particular road, but there are other different roads where you can, go straight ahead using the right lane. I recognize that rule and I stick to it. If I hadn't taken my driving instructor, he hadn't shown me and corrected me, there's no way I might keep making such a mistake, So in all of this, my first test, why I failed was because turning right at the traffic light, I was going to be turning right. So I got to the point where I was supposed to turn right. When you get to a traffic light, it was actually red. I stopped behind. When it changes to green, I edged forward a bit where you have to wait. And then opposite of me, the traffic light was also green. That means oncoming vehicles can as well come. So oncoming vehicle was approaching towards me. Instead of Chinyere to wait, allow oncoming vehicle go, me, I put my head. Then the examiner heard the brake. Said, no, I will not allow you do that. He controlled that. If not, it would have been an accident. Everybody here, Sabi law, pass everything. That was one point. So immediately that happened, I became destabilized. I got to a roundabout, one particular roundabout. I've not been to that roundabout before. They say you stay on the right lane to go straight ahead. PM, I maintained. I entered the right lane properly. Okay. I got to the roundabout road markings, the stop line. I stopped there. Oh yeah, now Chinyere, go straight ahead. I just stayed there. There was road like this, road like that. I was like, should I go this way or that way side of me? The hesitation was 1 million. I got confused. Cars were behind me. Cars, Examiner, go now. Because your instructor, they are not allowed to speak. They cannot say a word because it is an exam situation, you know. My examiner was like, go now, look now. Hesitation. And when I finally took off, PM, I was trying to enter the left instead of keeping straight ahead. But still, you will finish the test though. If you like, fuck up 100 times, you will drive that 40 minutes and finish the business you started. I drove for 40 minutes. I went back and they said, unfortunately, you are unsuccessful. I said, thank you. It was glaring very clear that I would be unsuccessful. Guys, in all of this, I learned my lessons. To be honest, most of these examiners, they are wonderful people. All the 3 examiners, I don't know, they are good. They failed me for the first time, second time, they were all right. And each time I failed, I had to recognize those faults, work on them. The first one, imagine if I was driving alone, turning right at the roundabout, at the traffic light. So I would have bumped into an oncoming vehicle, had a crash, God forbid, if I was driving alone. So it was a necessary fault that was corrected, and then my instructor has to put me through to that, and it stick into my head, you know. Then the second attempt that I used the left only lane to go straight ahead. I had to learn that never, you have to observe on time. I didn't see the road marking. It wasn't on my, in fact, I was parking. And another point they emphasize, if you are going for your test, always talk. Like today, it saved me in a particular situation because I'm the talking type. Whether Satnav says, at the roundabout, take the third exit, I will just say, okay, at the roundabout, take the third exit. Now you are looking out for the sign. If you are actually approaching the roundabout, especially third exit, is usually you have to stay on the right lane. You know, assuming it was straight ahead that it says, you have to check if you are going straight ahead using the right lane or the left lane. I have to repeat it myself. That helped me. That saved me in a particular situation, you know, where I was on a queue, traffic light was red. But then the car at my front just moved into the right. I said, okay, it appears that all those cars at the front, they were parked. What I said to myself, so I will enter the right lane. The instructor said, no, you are on the right lane. You can imagine if I didn't speak out, I would have made that mistake of, you know, swinging into the right lane, thereby missing the instruction. He might have given me an F. I for carry, unfortunately, come back today, or unsuccessful, God forbid. So always speak out, always repeat with your actions what you want to do, what you plan to do. You know, this was how I was carrying out driving, you know, today. So finally we got to the test center and he said to me, congratulations, you passed. In fact, before he announced it, he said, he asked me if I wanted my instructor to stay in the car or to leave the car. I said, let him stay. Person will follow us until 40 minutes. Is it not that he will leave the car? No, I said, allow him to stay, please. I put my hand like this. I was crying already. And he said, congratulations, you passed. I jumped onto this man. Look at my thing. I jumped on him. The old man was like, no. I said, sorry. Even my instructor was like, sorry, sir. Sorry. We started apologizing. He said, oh, that's fine. That's okay. And he told me, you are a good driver. You drove really well, but you have to concentrate more. That sometimes my head, just like my former instructor, Mark, I gave it all to him. He tried for me. Even today, Ola was like, your instructor did a good job. Yes, that's my first instructor that I had all through. You know, it was really amazing. You don't know what this means. If I should tell you certain opportunities I've applied for, they said, hey, I need a full UK driving license. That was a course I wanted to do because I've stayed here for 3 years and I chose the location to be in Hartlepool. They said no, that I should get this. I needed to have gotten my full UK's driving license on the 12th. Oh, which is today, isn't it? On the 12th of today. So I couldn't apply, being that I wasn't even sure of me going today to pass and all them stuff. Maybe I should try the application today and see if it is still open. If they haven't closed that portal. because I really need to do something for myself. Guys, this is it. Today, all I want to be eating is congratulations, Chi. Congratulations. This is Sambodo. How much it cost me? Thousands of pounds. Thousands for these 3 lessons I did. Thousands. You are expected to do at least 40 to 50 lessons. 50 hours of lesson. 1 hour is 35. 40 to 50 hours. But I doubt I did up to that. Maybe I did about 30 hours of lessons, which still cost money. You know, thousands of pounds to get this. Though they said the main license will come in about a month time. But said I should protect this with all my life. I'm gonna go buy the peace sign front and back. I will carry it around until about 2 months when I'm sure that I'm not an expert rider. Yes, not be my car go put that. Waiting concern you. It took me time to get the P and this. So the P will stay on my car front and back as Sambodo for 2 months. Yes, until I'm tired. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate this. Bye. Good luck to all of you who are preparing for their test as well.